Folks, welcome to Clash of the Podcast. It's where everything pro wrestling and Hubbard Wrestling Weekly meet every single week to debate, talk, get into whatever you want to call this, talk some pro wrestling for you. I hope you guys are excited. Best ways to support us for free. Hit the like button. You can hit it now. You can remind people now. You can go follow us on our socials. This is all free. Nothing you have to do except for hitting a button. You could leave us a 5-star review on both of our podcasts. That helps both of us out. That is the purpose of this podcast, is to help both of us out. We have a lot going on tonight. We are going to be talking WWE, TNA, and AEW. That's the best way I could put it. Lots of topics, especially in the land of WWE. Some things you're going to be like, oh, okay, cool. And other things you're going to be like, woo, it's about to be Hot Take City possibly in here. But we are going to bring that noise, and I hope you guys enjoy. I think we've touched upon it all.
All I got to say is, you know what it means when I'm wearing glasses. It just means I'm wearing glasses. So, with that being said, I'm fired up, man. Conrad, it's good to be with you. Chat, we see you. Conrad, drop that thing.
Clash of the Podcast back again, man. Over 100 weeks straight. I think we're at 106 right now. Amazing work what we've done.
106 in Clash.
You know how it goes. Sean, I know you got some stuff that you want to promote that's upcoming. I'll let you promote that, then we'll get into the shout outs for the chat.
Yeah, really fired up about this coming weekend, man. For all of, I know there's a couple boxing fans in here, man. Joel's in here, M. Leezy Fashizi's in here. A couple people who rock with me on the boxing front. We're all, pro wrestling, but we got a couple of boxing fans in here. So a little programming note on Triller TV this coming weekend, the 21st to be exact of September. Make sure you check out the former world champion Jean Pascal, going up against Terry Osias. And I like to. It's not really considered an eliminator fight, but I like to think that the winner is going to be in line for some kind of title shot, considering the landscape of the heavyweight or the light heavyweight division. So make sure you check that out, man. Go to Triller.tv. And for all the boxing fans, the price point is not that bad. It's $29.99 in the States, which is really, really affordable, especially considering that Canelo fight over the weekend. Unfortunately, Triller did not carry that in the States. It was on Amazon, and it was a hefty price. But for all you fight fans who want to see a former world champion get back in the mix, check out Triller TV on September 21st. Like I said, $29.99 for some top-tier light heavyweight boxing. You already know what it is.
Yes, me and Sean have some upcoming content happening on his channel coming up very soon as well. I'm going to be on Hubbonomics. I begged, I pleaded, I finally get a great episode to be on. Sean, I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to that too. It's going to be the Thursday before Bad Blood, and I normally our fans and our listeners, our viewers would probably indicate or think that we would be doing a Bad Blood preview. And in some ways we will be, but it's going to be more along the lines of the history and the historical significance, I should say, of the steel cage. We're going all the way from Big Blue, old school people, y'all know what I'm talking about, Big Blue, all the way up to Hell in a Cell. Maybe some Elimination Chamber talk. Me and Conrad are still trying to, figure everything out. But we're going to be live with you guys the Thursday before Bad Blood, and we may have a contest for you guys. So, we haven't let you down on the contest yet. So just keep rocking with us. We appreciate y'all, man.
When you said Big Blue, man, I just thought of the old, remember the wrestling commercials for the Hasbro action figures, the little Roddy Piper? Get him in the ring! I wanted to do that when you said that.
I do. That's classic stuff, man. And Lizzie, I'm not going to call out the price on the air. The fact that you commented it is fine. But yes, that was the price point for anybody who's looking at the comments. Wild. I know Canelo's one of the top fighters on the planet, but that price point, and Leezy, you hit the nail on the head, was pretty high. Triller did not have that again in the United States, but they have some good upcoming stuff, including this weekend. So $29.99 compared to what people had to pay last week on the other station. I think we know what we're doing, right?
Right. Also, we're going to talk more about prices here momentarily. Trust. So today, if you feel like Conrad's doing ping, 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 there's a reason for it. Trust me, there's a lot of news. Let's get into these shout outs, man. Clown in the building says, afternoon, everyone. Appreciate you, Clown.
Clown all day, every day, man. Appreciate you. Quilly! He says, Conrad Sean, it's my fault, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off, Conrad.
Go ahead.
I'm feeling good today, man. I got my Yeet shirt on. Make sure you get the Yeet shirt from Hubbard Wrestling Weekly Threadless. We're doing some crazy stuff over there, man. It's not famous. All right, so Quilly in the building, talking about Conrad Sean and chat. Your boy Quills is back again, fresh off of work to enjoy my two favorite bros, CJ and Hub, for episode 107 of the best wrestling podcast today, Clash of the By God podcast, EPW, HWW. Quilly, we appreciate you.
Ray Thompson says, happy Monday, guys. Hope everyone had a great weekend. And he adds to that saying, gotta say, Cody and Solo delivered this time. I was not a fan of the match they had at SummerSlam, but this time they delivered. More on that momentarily, Ray.
I have to say, Ray, that every comment, as wonderful as they are, every word of wisdom, as wonderful as it is overshadowed every time you talk, because all I can think about whenever you're here is your beautiful family that I see on Facebook. It just, you and your family and your pictures of your adorable family just override. It's like I can't even think, because it's like cuteness overload. God bless you and your family, Ray Thompson.
XG Dub says, hey, happy Monday. Putting this on while I finish working in the office. Appreciate you, XG Dub.
XGW, you're great, man. Appreciate you. Gabe is in the building. He says, hey, everybody, how we doing? Reminder, Heels, in quotes, is now streaming on Netflix. That's a fact.
If you want that season 3, you better let it play through a couple times.
100.
M. Leezy.
M. Leezy, Fo Sheezy. Hello, good evening. Hope everyone had a blessed weekend, and let's kick the week off right with the two aces of our pro wrestling community. Emily's, we appreciate you not only for what you bring on Monday nights, but your continued support and informative outreach on social media during the week. We appreciate you.
Yes. Guy Will Gamble says, Europe, what's good, everybody? Hope you're having a happy Monday. We are, Guy Will Gamble. Thank you.
Absolutely. The only Vinny that we like. Now, my friend on Instagram, I'm so fired up about the only Vinny I like. Hit me up on Instagram. He said, happy Monday and God bless. Hubs gave me there. Oh, he read my mind. I didn't even read the comment before you said that. Of course I'm going to follow you back on Instagram, bro. We appreciate you.
I gave Vinny's podcast a listen.
Nice. I did as well. Not bad. Very impressive.
Not bad, Vinny. Not bad. I mean, I did hear a lot about Jets, but it's all right. It's all right out here in these streets, man. They're trying to make some moves and do some things here. Matt out here, he's talking, how are we 9 days away from Bryan Danielson, Nigel McGuinness on TBS? Crazy match, man. Crazy how we got there, too. I'll reserve my comments for later.
Not often that we see a comeback of this magnitude. So we're actually seeing two guys that have come back from some dire circumstances.
And these guys put themselves in dire circumstances in their matches in Ring of Honor. Some of the matches that built what Ring of Honor is to this day. Touché. And the name that you can coast off of because of it. Pro Wrestler Shoot Jesse in the house. He says, hey, yo, make sure you check out Jesse tomorrow. He's got my guy JCSJ coming onto his channel. Make sure you guys show that live stream some love. And then the next week after that, episode 200. So make sure you guys are watching that.
Big episode of PWS next week. Of course, check them out tomorrow. But next week is, I believe, their 200th episode. They put together an all-star panel. I am just blown away. They are doing some big things over there. Shout out to Jesse and James.
Right. Gabe is back with the yo.
About
time, he said. Me and Shaw start talking pre-production, and we get going.
Yeah, take it easy. After we just gave you some love, take it easy.
I'm walking here.
For the love of God.
Joel says, hey, guys, you are the best part of Monday. Appreciate you, Joel.
God bless you, Joel.
Thank you. T3Z. Go ahead, I'll let you take that one.
Easy. All right. EPW Bad Blood should have been either Cody versus Roman for title or Rock versus Roman. Cody defeats Roman or Rock defeating Cody, which then leads to Rock versus Cody at WrestleMania Vegas. T3Z, I like where you're going. I'm gonna shock you guys, and probably my tag team partner Conrad Cushman. I've been looking for Jimmy Uso for quite some time, and his continued absence is confusing me a little bit.
Right? He said, I typed too fast. Cody defeating Roman or Rock defeating Cody, which leads to Cody versus Rock at WrestleMania in Vegas. Maybe they're going that route. Maybe.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Guy will gamble in the house. He says Hub's hitting the curl sponge ferociously. I see you, brother.
We do what we gotta do, man. You know what I'm saying? The lady likes a little hit a blonde on the side, man. I'm keeping this thing. See, listen, I'm gonna go on record and say something about Conrad to our listeners that I probably shouldn't say because he's gonna get a big head. But I'm gonna tap into his humility right quick. Conrad is blessed in the regard that he has a bald head, right? Whether it's purposeful or not, that's neither here nor there. He has a head that doesn't look bad. It's not all jacked up, and you know what I'm trying to say? I don't know what I got going on under here. I'm very concerned, and I'm just hoping it never has to be a thing.
Yeah, as long as it's not. I like my oatmeal lumpy. All right, let me.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, big shout out to you, Conrad, because there's some people that either make that decision or have that decision made for them. It doesn't work out too well.
Intern asked me, man. He was like, "You still use shampoo?" And I was like, "Absolutely, you got it." Renegade L2K James says Buffalo football fire. Get ready for Brady in a Finns jersey. Stop wishing this upon us. Go away. It's overtime. We don't need you back here anymore. Let us do what we're gonna do.
There you go.
Elite Easy E says, "Hey yo, what's good, E? BJ in the house."
Yo. Listening to you on the drive home. Hope everyone is good. We hope you're good, BJ.
Word up. Pascal, let's go. Speaking of boxing, Spear and UFC looked nice, James said.
Yo, it looked amazing. There's some people I talked to over the weekend that didn't really like the Spear setup, but what a beautiful venue, and the camera angles were crazy. Conrad, you get a chance to at least see some stills of that? Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Absolutely. Did you see that it was in the new UFC game?
Yes.
Hey, other games, take notes. Maybe you guys can, work on that a little faster.
And AEW beat them to the punch. When I say them, you know what I'm talking about. AEW beat them to the punch. Book something in the Sphere, please. AEW, please.
It's gonna be tough. You know who owns that?
Yeah, unless WWE has a freaking lock hold on that too.
Do you know who owns the Sphere?
I know.
MSG ain't happening, buddy.
This whole monopoly stuff is out of control.
Oh, I'm gonna go off on that later, possibly.
Yes, sir.
Spear beef, yeah, absolutely. We getting snook off the top of the cage. super. Let me see here. Now, courtesy of Bad Bloods, Roman Reigns, WWE's favorite. How can they coexist? That is their favorite storyline.
Mega Powers if you bought it on Wish.
Right? I'm just trying to see if I'm getting anything else here. Ray says, I appreciate that, man. Let me off the hook with some of my comments. Cena love. Listen, I let some people go with the Cena stuff. Cena's about to start getting down soon. I got to start telling the truth a little bit on some of this. Roman betrayed family by Sidon. T3Z gives us a salute as well. Thank you. Hold on. Emleezy said the documentary on the heel Japanese female wrestler hits this Thursday. I believe that's on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. Clown says I can never justify paying that much for something like boxing that could be over in the first round.
And you know what the thing is, Clown? It wasn't. It actually went the distance, but still, that price point is Conrad. Again, we're not going to say the price point on the air, but anybody who can Google it can see it. That's a lot of money, bro.
Bugging.
Oh.
Bugging. Yeah, I don't want fantasy football. I got saved. That's all I'm gonna say this week. I had a big game. Shout out to Collins. Shout out to
There you
Collins.
go. There you
He
go.
saved me. Sorry, Malik. McKinney. Go ahead, take that one, Sean.
McKinney in the building. We appreciate you, man. He says, yo, I'm here to talk wrestling with the Fire live chat and the best bros in the biz clash of the podcast. And to let y'all know, when in doubt, look intelligent. Let's go. Woo! Let me tell you something, man. The glasses work, bro. The glasses work. I just try and throw them on. Like, I like Bobby the Brain Heenan, God rest his soul. I have an IQ of over 200, but I'm trying to look like it today. That's all. You know what I mean? Yeah. Conrad always looks like the smart one in the bunch. I'm just trying to keep up.
Listen, I actually need to go get some new glasses, but I have to make the appointment first. I just need time. Time is the one thing I don't have that I wish I did. Wow. Nigel is great. Tony need to keep working on Hero. I think Hero will get back in the ring eventually. Pro Wrestling Shoe said, what about me? What about Wrestle Dream? Quote the shoot, nevermore. Listen, stop being greedy. You'll get your show. Relax. It's building to something here.
There you go.
Steven Chambers joining us. Cody versus Roman at Royal Rumble. I was thinking the same thing this week a little bit, possibly.
You know what, Steven? Great idea, but to me, it doesn't even matter. Just to see Cody and Roman on the same page or whatever they're trying, the narrative that Triple H is trying. Let me tell you something. More and more people are starting to understand what I'm saying about Paul Levesque. It's not as good as people. Everybody's so excited. Oh, it's so much better. Is it really? It's better, but is it so much better? Because this Cody and Roman thing is corny.
We'll get to it. To it. I'm going to shout out anyone who hasn't got to say anything yet.
Mike Feasy.
From The Rock, he said, what up, Conrad and Sean? Appreciate you. There was one more. B-Boy Skyline also joining us. How is Fire Pro Wrestling on PS5? I enjoy it. If you like the Fire Pro games, I think you'll like it. If you've never played it, then holla at me in the DMs because I'll have to explain it to you a little bit. But it's something different. Do you have that game, Fire Pro? You mess with it? It's like a Japanese wrestling game.
I am waiting for you to put me on. I'm very angry with you right now.
It's a pretty good game. There's a steep learning curve to it. It's not like regular WWE games. It's more of a press a button, guess. It's hard to describe. I'd rather you watch a lot of videos. Huh?
Is it fun?
I have fun with it, but some people may say, "Oh, what is like?" Some people from the WWE games will play it and be like, "I don't like this. This isn't because it's not what they're used to." So,
unfortunately, I'm not. I should say, fortunately, I'm not closed-minded, so I'm open to whatever.
Jesse, Triple H with the heart, cut it out.
All of a sudden, Cody and Roman are on the same team. It's the most ridiculous crap I have ever heard.
Let's start with TNA. The TNA Nation had a pay-per-view, Victory Road, that just happened. You could order that. It was on Triller TV. Yes, I thought this show was a lot of fun. I could not believe some of the stuff that happened here. A lot of changes, championship changes, too.
I mean, like for me, TNA has really been hitting home runs lately. I'm really excited about their continued sellouts. And contrary to popular belief, I'm cool with the NXT collaboration. I just think that WWE should lend more of their higher tier talent. But, I mean, it is what it is. So far, so good. TNA's doing well. I'm not mad at it.
Let me say something, too. I restrained myself this morning.
Don't just say one thing. Say two things.
No. This has to be said, though. And this is coming from people who I'm cool with on Twitter. I see people who are always like, oh, better than what Tony Khan did for them. TNA and TNA fans. Please do not be the person in the relationship happy to be there. Stop doing this to yourselves. You just want to be there. I'm sorry. They're using you. They did this to ECW. I'm tired of telling you this every week. When Jordan Grace is gone in January, please come back here and be like, Conrad, you were right. That's all I want to see in the chat sometimes is, Conrad, you were right. Jordan Grace is gone. Joe Hendry's gone. The moment these contracts end, what do you have later? Get something now. Dude, AEW gave you their world champion. Kenny Omega was the world champion. That is respect. I didn't like the Tony Khan angle. It was during a period where you couldn't even have crowds. What did you want them to do? Yo, Stop being ungrateful. That's all I'm going to say on this. Let me go back to this victory road.
I'll interrupt you when I hear a lie. That being said, please continue.
Going back to this, Mike Bailey became the X Division champion. I thought they were going to play into this with Wes Lee, and instead they went right back to Mike Bailey. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
The System won the tag titles back. I was like, okay, that's different. I did like the team of Jake Something and Hammerstone. I feel like those two should be doing more than just tag team, but I'll take it for now.
They feel like they're kind of floating on an island right now. They have talent, though.
Hardy Boys need opponents. I don't know what these guys are doing. They're just no comment.
I like First Class, though.
I do like First Class, but they did not get the dub. Steph DeLander out with a neck injury. She's going to have to get surgery. I don't know how this PCO storyline continues. Maybe Cardona and PCO kind of try to wrap things up here. Leon Slater, someone to watch out for. If you've never seen Leon Slater wrestle, very good wrestler. Kushida. Spitfire won back the Knockouts Tag Team Championships. We should have known that was coming. Tasha Steelz had the substitute. Maybe things were off. But I do think Masha might be the person to go up against Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace against Wendy Chu. Good for Wendy Chu. She got to show what she could do a little bit in there, Sean. But
as we embrace the Jordan Grace farewell tour, we have to just continue to look out and see what's going to happen next. Because come January, bye-bye.
Yeah, and then we got Joe Hendry, Josh Alexander. I waited a minute for this one. Did it feel to you, the finish of this match, the low blow to Joe Hendry, pulls out a cup with his face on it, whatever. It took way too long, by the way, to do that. When he was reaching down there, I was like, what are you doing? But he did that. But
there are certain things that for entertainment value that have to hit immediately. The clunkiness of it really took away a lot.
Those are always rough spots, though, too, with wrestling gear being tight, and then you got to try to pull something out of your tights. But I wanted to say this. Did it feel like Josh Alexander is leaving? Like he's done, maybe?
No. It felt like there's a transition going on in his career. I just don't get that impression. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. I don't think he's leaving. I think he's a TNA lifer.
I don't know if you saw that interview that happened a couple days ago. He said he's looking to leave.
I heard, but everybody's looking to leave until somebody gives them a number that makes them want to stay.
Touche. I could see him in Ethan Page. There were some teases about the North as well, possibly linking back up. Ethan Page needs him. I'm not going to lie to you guys, like immediately. Nick Nemeth and Moose, main event. Mr. Ziggles.
Zig Daddy. Not surprised with the outcome. I like Moose. I just don't know what now. That's the only question I have. What now?
I feel like Moose has done everything there. Now that's who I feel like could be Mr. TNA.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going anywhere. So they did all that, and our good friend who's been making the rounds everywhere, JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield, showing up in GCW, TNA, AAA, MLW. Did you hear about the Rogue Horseman? Yo, hold on. I want to look at people. If I ever see you come up in this chat and talk about AEW's the worst booked anything or WWE's the worst booked anything, look no further than the Rogue Horseman. What does Brock Anderson do? Come on, family. Come on.
You know what Brock Anderson does? Brock Anderson is the son of Arn Anderson. That's it.
He's with CW, but I don't know. I feel like he should just be in the NWA or something. That's just me. I feel like that's where he could best be utilized. But
I mean, he does have it going for him that he looks exactly like his dad.
Yeah, they got that. I came out looking 25.
I was born 46. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Somebody had a picture of Arn Anderson holding a trophy or something that said Arn Anderson winning his first championship in second grade. I was like, this is ridiculous. Chill, Eve. Other than that, though, I don't know where they're going with this JBL thing. Is this a turn down the line? What do you see anything with this? I don't have any inklings.
JBL as a babyface just doesn't work. This is going to become a thing where JBL is going to become an authority figure that everybody hates. He's going to do something that's going to make I think Ziggles is going to be the point of emphasis. I think matter of fact, early prediction, he turns on Ziggles and costs him the championship at Bound for Glory?
To align himself, Joe Hendry has to be the guy at Bound for Glory, right? Like, if they don't do that, what are we doing at this point?
If they don't do that, what are we doing? But also, maybe Joe Hendry turns heel.
Could be to finally get his moment in the sun.
I mean, maybe JBL says, "Hey, man, you got to get serious."
Yeah, that is true. I'm going.
I just love throwing out wild storylines that sometimes come true.
Sometimes they do. They might be listening.
Yeah.
Looks like the Hardy Boys are getting the tag shot at BFG. Oh no.
I'm actually cool with that. Bound for Glory being TNA's best show and the Hardy Boys still arguably being one of their biggest talents. I think them being the tag challengers does make a lot of sense.
I can see that. Like I said, they want that final run. This might be where they're going to have to take it.
Yeah.
You done messed around and found out. TNA is giving NXT top-tier talent while NXT is giving TNA their third and fourth stringers. Bonafide bench warmers picking splinters out of their keisters. What are we doing here? Quill says.
What a revolutionary idea!
BJ said it's almost like they only put the belt on Wentz for the NXT rub. I hope that's very short-sighted doing stuff like that, but maybe. Delay Gratz joining us. What up, Delay Gratz, man? Appreciate you, family.
What up,
Jordan Grace farewell tour started laughing.
True.
Dub it to Sean. Brock needs to hit the gym and work on his character. Absolutely with that. I see people talking SmackDown. We will get into that. The Rogue Horseman. Yo, come on, E.
Brock's gonna come out and be like, not since the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Wait a minute, Brock. We did that back in 1985.
Not your spot, but my spot.
You did that in 97. What do you got? I mean, help us out, Brock. Well, me, Bobby Heenan, and no, that's the Brainbusters. That's 1989.
Right? Let's see here. McKinney says Josh Alexander is out there, in my opinion. He has a little son that is more than likely. He has asked why he doesn't wrestle there. We all know that going to WWE is like going to the NBA, at least one run. Yeah.
I mean, again, like I said to Conrad McKinney, I agree with that, but I think that everybody has a number. Everybody's got a price. And at the end of the day, actually, M. Leezy brought up a point about how they adjusted his contract to recover from injury. It's stuff like that to me might allow him to stay where he's at. Even with the stuff he's done already, he's already a TNA Hall of Famer, right? Now, is that the be-all and end-all? Absolutely not. We all know WWE is the Holy Grail. But it took AJ Styles 20 years to leave. So, I mean...
his choice, too.
Yeah, true. I'm just saying, perhaps that's the same sentiment.
You would hope, man. Listen, they had a good crowd for this show. This is the turnout for it. I didn't like seeing the TNA over AEW crowd signs that were behind commentary. And I'm saying that because I'm telling you guys the next narrative that is coming. The next narrative is TNA is better than AEW. Watch what I'm talking about, Sean. These big-time content creators are going to try and start saying it. And not even content creators. These people who are involved in this are going to try to start telling you TNA is better than AEW because they want the number 2 and number 3 to fight. So number 1 can go off and do whatever they're going to do and say, now you two can fight each other. Right. You're not going to fight 2 people at the same time.
Right.
So just peep the game. They're playing with you guys. I'm trying to educate here. You know what I mean? Jocelyn says, you skipped my comment. Yo, let me see if I can find it. Sorry, we had to jump here. The Mr. asked, what did you like about Moose, Hub?
Oh, well, first of all, shout out to you, Jocelyn, and shout out to your husband as well. Moose is ultra athletic, and I know there's a lot of athletic guys and girls in pro wrestling, but this dude is just a freak. And to me, when you have like Lawrence Taylor who can wrestle, you understand the point I'm trying to make. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. When you have Lawrence Taylor who can actually wrestle, that's a commodity to me. So, I mean, he's a believable TNA World Champion. Would he be a believable WWE Champion? Would he be a believable AEW Champion? that remains to be seen. But he's one of the kings, one of the what's the sexy word everybody uses now? One of the pillars of TNA. That's what I like about him.
I'm putting a comment in the chat for Rob because I saw what he put. I'm assuming that's to mess with me. Ray Thompson says, I don't believe in Joe Hendry, though. Oh, everyone believes in Joe Hendry, right? Delayed Grant says, I hope TNA gets a big TV deal. WWE partnership will officially be over. Nah, I think WWE's willing to help them get a better TV deal, but that's if the powers that be that own TNA, which is a television company, are willing to listen. But like I said, good for them. I'm glad that they're doing well. I've been championing TNA for a long time. I just hope that they're not getting played in the long run for the deal.
And I hope they're not getting a little bit full of themselves, considering the new price point of their weekly television show.
Yeah, and stop being just happy to be there. Stop, because it's going to get you in trouble.
I'm not going to curse because that's not my way, and that's not what we do here. But like, if you want to be WWE's female dog, then that's how they're going to treat you.
Right. I'm putting up some comments. Some of these I cannot read right now. TNA should have went to the CW. I don't know if CW would have wanted them at that point in time. But like I said, they're on a cable network. If they start getting good ratings somewhere else, someone's going to be like, how come we don't have this? Like, that could be money in our pocket. Ta-da! Like, it's always going to be a question or an issue. Sean, I got to talk about WWE now. We're going to transition on. No. I'm excited about this.
Well, you're always excited because
I'm literally excited about this. I lost my mind when I had to send this to you immediately after we got done recording last week.
I saw.
October 7th, Monday Night Raw is going back on USA Network from 8 to 10. Hit the old school music, the Listen, I will take 2 hours of Monday Night Raw. I hope you're not one of those people that are sad. Like, I saw people in the comments like, come on, man. How are we going to get more talent over? If you can't do it in 2 hours, you can't do it. So figure it out. I'm all for it. I'm signing off on this. Like, yes, immediately.
Does this face make you think that I'm happy?
I think so.
I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic. In case you were thinking that I was going to say it's a bad idea, it's a tremendous idea. I will say this. I'm not happy about the 8 to 10. That's the issue.
Why not?
I want it to be 9 to 11. I think if it's more prime time, you could get some more edgier stuff in. So the fact that it's still going to be 8 to 10, I'm thinking like, okay, is it still going to be the whack show that it is just for 2 hours? I mean, it's moving in the right direction. And this is me. I admit, Conrad, look at me. I'm admitting that I'm being a little bit nitpicky. I would have rather been 8 to 11.
I think, Jesse, inappropriate comment, that last one. I fully agree with what you're saying. I think, though, here's the issue. USA is the person who got dumped, right? I'm using a lot of relationship analogies. Mm-hmm. You've been dumped. And now they're like, oh, hey, I know that I'm on the lease for 4 more months. Can I just hang around? I thought it was pretty, amicable. Maybe we could work together in the future. I'm still going to take the dog on Fridays. It's all good, right? And they're like, oh, okay, sure. You're going to pay me $25 million, though, and you're going to stay around here for the cheap. I get it. That's fine.
Right.
As long as you're paying your portion of the rent.
There you go.
And an extra piece of my half. But they didn't get to pick that time slot. And USA has to start preparing in preparation for whatever's going to happen on Mondays from now on moving forward. I don't know if that's SVU marathons. I don't know if they're about to bring back Pacific Blue. I don't know what they do. Silk stockings, perhaps. La Femme Nikita. They're going to have to find something that fits into that time period.
Let me tell you how dumb WWE is. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that not diplomatic? Sorry. Let me tell you how stupid WWE is. Number one, it should be 9 to 11. Number two, what difference does it make? Everybody's so excited. See, this is why I'm kind of like, I'm excited, but I'm kind of bringing it down to about a 7 instead of a 10, because what difference does it make that they're cutting down Monday Night Raw to 2 hours when SmackDown's going to be bumped up to 3?
What they should have did, I think, in reverse, Sean.
No, but answer my question, bro. Like, what difference does it make?
Well, I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna answer it in reverse here. So you
right.
you said something about the time frame. If I was WWE, I would have got the extension first to make them think maybe we're gonna continue doing business, but then go and make that Netflix deal because that's a lot of money. They had to kind of go in that route. And your other thing was say the last part again.
What difference does it make them going for Raw for 2 hours when they're gonna make SmackDown 3?
That's not guaranteed. That has not been quoted as happening.
Okay, but it's in the works. The fact that it's even a question right now, okay, so if it turns out it's not the case, then point mooted. But at the end of the day, it's on the table.
Right. And rumor has it, depending on who you believe in the wrestling world, Netflix is going back to 3 hours. But I don't know how true that is and how that works with commercials.
I want to ask you this question, and this is for a chat. I want everybody to respond. I want yes or no, meaning yes, this is a good idea, or no, it's a bad idea. What WWE should do is WWE should go 9 to 11. None of this is going to happen. They've already made 8 to 10, whatever. But it should be in chat. Let me know what you think, and you too, Conrad. 9 to 11 is the actual show, and they should have an hour pre-game show on Peacock. They should make pregame shows part of their weekly thing. They should turn up the intensity, make people get excited about Raw before it even starts.
I think you could, and then you could get some really good interview segments in, and then just save the important interviews for it. I've thought about that before too. When they were 3 hours, like hour one should just be like, we're gonna hype this up. This is the lineup we got going on, and then maybe music hits. Here comes the GM or someone to make an additional match. Like, hey, we just had a situation backstage with Kofi Kingston and Karrion Kross. So tonight, the opening match on Monday Night Raw will be this, and then you get people coming out maybe. I don't know, kissing babies, throwing them in the air, whatever they're gonna do, slapping hands.
Cody Rhodes in it.
Yeah, shooting t-shirts into the crowd.
What a clown.
Yeah, a lot of people. The late grads at USA said we ain't paying for 3 hours. I mean, they got it for $25 million though. Like it was said. BJ said coming to USA, AEW, Shockwave. McKinney says it's 2 hours because they're leaving USA and have to establish a show for 10 p.m. But the question is, will USA want SmackDown to be 3 hours? Because it sounds like Raw and Netflix will time flex. I don't know about that for Fridays. 3 hours, that's a lot, man. But
it is a lot.
And if they do it, you know what people are gonna say too? Oh, cutting in the Rampage. You got to get into that time. Rob says $25 million for 3 months of programming. They don't even have to try for. Well. Rob, they did put themselves in a bad position business-wise too, though. What if USA said no?
Touche.
You would have been begging, like, can we go on Peacock, please? And then they should have just been like, all right, for $55 million, what? You have nowhere to go. But the price they got is a really good deal, though. $25 million, that ain't bad for 3 more months. I'll take it. Donnie, what's good?
Monday
Appreciate
night.
You. Yeah, so happy 1 hour of less filler. Yeah, just if you like some of the undercard people though, be prepared. They might not be on as often. But I'll take it right now. Let's move into SmackDown. And to anybody who is putting those atrocious old themes on this, stop doing that. I saw people hating because they have a hip-hop song for SmackDown. Cut it out. Incels. Stupid. Like, why do they do this, Sean? Why? What happened to rock music? If I saw that one more time on Friday on
I want to punch somebody in the face for that ridiculous closed-mindedness.
Yeah, ridiculous. You can definitely have these on here, but this is the new SmackDown logo. Thoughts on it? What'd you think of the vibe of the show?
I mean, the vibe of the show is the same, bro. Like, I mean, I got the hip-hop Megan Thee Stallion thing is cool, but we'll talk about that a little later, too. WWE doing their same stuff they always do. But what's really the difference? It's still the blue brand. The theme song is different, and the letters of SmackDown are different. Who gives a crap, bro? It's like repackaging crap. It still stinks.
They do have issues with the roster that haven't been addressed really, but there was a tease of possible someone coming over. The Wyatt Six. I don't know if you noticed in some of the interview segments behind, I believe it was Byron Saxton. They had their logo behind them, and I was just like, interesting. But why would they be moving? They're doing great on Raw. They haven't lost. Why would they come to SmackDown? But maybe that's going to be fed into a story or something. But
I don't know what's wrong. Sometimes, and I say this with love, bro. You're my brother. I don't know what's wrong with you sometimes. Why are you trying to rationalize WWE storytelling?
I'm just asking.
It doesn't make any sense. You know the answer to that. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. They shouldn't move, but because they shouldn't, they will.
Right. Rob said, why are we talking about what ifs? What happened? They are shrewd business people at the end of the day. That is true.
Scumbags.
3-hour SmackDown would mess with the ROH pay-per-views too. See, there you go. SmackDown new theme is fire. Donnie likes the new logo. New logo is dope.
It's not a bad logo, Donnie, but what does it mean? Okay, they changed the logo. Big freaking deal. The set is weak, bro. Can somebody besides me state the obvious? The set is weak. There was no originality or creativity to that set at all. That set is trash. That set is so mid. That set is the United States Championship. Mid.
What if Raw's new theme song is Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar? That is not happening, good sir. WWE ain't paying for them rights. Rob says hip hop and wrestling don't mix. Stop the trolling. Stop the trolling. A lot of people missed out on Def Jam Vendetta, the No Mercy successor, because it has rap. Yeah, that's true. To quote the underrated team in the word Kai, indeed. I'm definitely one of those guys. Nothing gets me less ready for violence quite like a twerking song. It's still good, though, Jesse. It's a different form of music for a different crowd, though. What did the mister say? Why is Ospreay on SmackDown? Oh my god, is that for the cage match, Jocelyn? I hope not. Nobody's watching ROH. Here we go, Rob. I'm fighting you after this. If I see you, you're catching a European uppercut today. I like the new logo, but it's giving me Subway logo vibes. Hold on, I gotta pull it up, bro. Subway, eat fresh. Or is it just me? I'm not a Megan Thee Stallion fan, but the beat goes hard. I like the beat. I'm okay with it. Listen, do you remember some of the awful themes that we had? Like, Sean, think of another bad wrestling theme song that you were like, yo, absolutely not.
A bad wrestling? That's hard. I mean,
what was the SmackDown one? When I was younger, I was like, why am I watching this? I didn't like that one.
I remember that crap.
Yo, it's trash, bro. Not for me, LOL. It's all right, Jesse. At least you admit it's not for you. You're right. The new set isn't exciting. Let's go back to 2003 with the giant fist. I do miss the SmackDown fist.
Thank you, Donnie. Lord Jesus, like something.
Oh, so Jesse confirmed. I love hip hop, but just not that song.
We all know Jesse loves hip hop. I'm just wondering why he doesn't like hip hop for wrestling.
No, he didn't say that. He just said he likes it. He just thinks it's not that song.
Just that Megan Thee Stallion song specifically.
Yeah, he's just like, he's not feeling it. He feels like it's a
in that
song.
case, I guess it's all good, right? Cool.
Yeah, that's fair. What's up, guys? T. Ferg says, watch some SmackDown, but I saw more college football game that was on Fox. Heard Vicky and RVD were on the show. Funny, yes. A lot of Legends contracts being signed. Victoria, RVD's back. They got people all over the place. So, things to watch. I like the intro to SmackDown. Didn't feel generic. Yeah, I see people saying it. It went over your head. He thought Logan was Ospreay. I didn't know if Logan Paul was on. Oh, right here. Yes. Yeah. I don't mess with Logan Paul too much. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Hassan, what's good, man? I see that you've joined us. Hi there, guys. What's good, Hassan? People complaining about hip hop and wrestling are the same people that bumping that DMX remix with Run DMC back in there. I actually listened to that at the gym today.
The King of Rock, cool.
It be my hobby and job. I come to the ring.
With the body, bang the bang me.
Jesse says opening theme should be rock, in my opinion. Hip hop and wrestling go hand in hand, but I need something to get me fired up at the beginning. See, hip hop gets me more fired up. Listen, there's some good rock songs too, though. Thorn in Your Eye always had me hyped up, man.
That's what she said.
Peace. It's all Triple H thinking and booking. Let me see. Logan Ospreay. Come on now. It's a few SmackDown themes that were trash dookie. Now we can add another to the pile. Woo, McKinney not a fan either. Run DMC DX theme was the best. I loved it. Why is Logan Paul in the graphic and not Jay Cargill? She's traveling brand to brand. That could cause some confusion. You like that? I got my corporate hat on. That could cause some confusion, as she is currently the women's tag team champions. People used to tell me when I was in management that they knew the BS was coming when I did this. That was my sign for you to know that here it comes. So that could cause a lot of confusion between Bianca and Jade and what shows they're on. So we don't want to do that because they're going to travel to both shows.
Well, you said it was BS, so that means I don't have to say it.
People are going in.
DMX. Stone Cold, C3Z. Stone Cold's 2001 theme was epic.
SmackDown should use DMX's intro from Def Jam Vendetta. Method Man and The Rock's theme was fire.
You smell what The Rock is cooking? Yeah, I do.
Jesse, we can't. Sean's was unexpected, but I can't read those comments. talk about booty cheeks here.
No, because there's. I'm gonna tell you why, Jesse. Because when I say that's what she said, it leaves it up to the imagination. What imagination do you need if that comment was read? It's so like in your face. Again, that's what she said.
Right, and Jocelyn brings up a good point too, as well. She's just happy that there's a woman on the SmackDown theme. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, touche.
Yeah, touche. I'm trying to think if a woman has been on any of the opening theme songs.
I'm sure Charlotte's been on something.
No, I mean for the openings. Mm-hmm. Maybe Poppy for the pay-per-views, but I'm trying to think. And I know there's been some other pay-per-view songs in the past, but for the weekly shows, though, has there ever been? I don't think so. I can't think of any. If someone does, let me know.
I don't know. I find it hard to compliment WWE for anything.
The WrestleMania theme is worse. Wait till we get the weekend. Jade and Belair are champions. They need to be centered. Here comes E with the Bully Ray comment of the day. They need to be centered at 5 times bigger than everyone else.
WrestleMania 31. We've been working hard for too long.
Yo, chill. So we went to WrestleMania 33. That was the one where what's his name, Flo Rida performed, right? And my brother came out. He was like, "You know what he's gonna come out and say, right?" And then my whole family's there and they're looking at him. He goes, "WrestleMania!" And when he did it, we lost our minds when he said it. He was like, "I told y'all he was gonna say that."
Yeah.
Let's get into this show, man. We had a steel cage match, Sean. Cody, Solo Sikoa. They were bringing it back, if you will. You could escape. You could go for the pinfall. You could make him submit in the cage. Baby. Cody was in there, baby. At one point, Cody did end up climbing the cage. I thought we were going to get a moonsault. I was like, is he bugging or trying to break his toe again? But he did a high cross off the top instead, which much safer. I was happy for his body for the sake of him doing that. But I thought this was a much better match than what they did at SummerSlam.
It's hard for that match not to have been better than SummerSlam. They would have had to fall asleep for that match to have been worse than SummerSlam. Okay, so yes, they were better than SummerSlam. You know what? Doing 10 jumping jacks is better than doing 9. Okay, so it's not that big of a deal. The match was okay. It wasn't groundbreaking. It wasn't the best match we've ever seen on television. It wasn't a revolutionary cage match. Nobody's going to talk about this 5 years from now, much less 5 weeks from now. It was okay. I thought they both did a good job. But once again, when you start off here, going here doesn't make that much of a difference. So, yes, they wrestled a match that was serviceable.
It makes me worried for the Bloodline a little bit, but the Bloodline have an ace in their sleeve. They just have to make it happen. I see the Rob Zombie comments. We've had some funny Rob Zombie comments in the chat before here. Quills, I promise you that I know I was being sarcastic completely. When you see this, sarcasm is incoming and business BS is incoming. Yeah. Jesse said he had fun watching the show. I will say that I enjoyed it more than most SmackDowns, but I am not the biggest SmackDown guy. We did get the return of the OTC Roman Reigns. I'm not going to lie. Sean, we talked about this. What's our number one example, bro? What's our number one example on this show that we like to use where there's 2 superstars being compared and there's a championship between them? The Mega Powers. What role
brother, yeah.
What role did Roman play on this night? He definitely was like the Hogan.
Yeah, Roman was definitely Hogan in this scenario because, you know, the guy with the belt definitely seemed like he was playing second fiddle. You can play Cody Rhodes music all you want, but everybody's looking at Roman. And you know what? I'm happy they're looking at Roman because Cody is not him. You know how you know you're not him?
How do you know?
When him shows up.
Yeah, I listen. Cody's the champ. And I thought Cody did try to salvage it in his promo where he was like, I've got this and you want this. And Roman kept looking at it. Did you notice even on the steps when he did the little turn?
Sure.
The wise man wasn't there. Absolutely. The title wasn't there. They're going somewhere with this, I hope, man. Jesse said, "Hey, Hub, give flowers what flowers are due."
I like Cody. I just don't like him as much as everybody else. Chat, always remember, if you ever want to know if somebody's not him, the way you know if somebody's him or not is when him shows up. Cody may think he's him, but him is back. And I'm not talking about Carmelo Hayes, even though I like Carmelo Hayes. I'm talking about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is him.
Yeah. I mean, listen, when you're the guy, I always tell people they're always focused on one guy. There is someone that they will turn to no matter what until they decide to change it up. It's probably Roman.
B-Boy, Skyline, Lord have mercy.
He's trolling.
Oh, I know. He's being funny. I got you. Yeah.
Maybe Roman Hogan should have came out to Young Jeezy. Oh, I think he meant Jeezy.
I know who we meant.
Trap all day from the Hogan Knows Best show he was listening to.
I know who he's talking about.
Hogan was riding around with that on repeat, thinking he was cool. Randy Orton turned out to be Kevin Owens' mystery partner.
Hogan couldn't be cool if he stood in the freezer.
I couldn't even say anything to that. What is wrong with this? Orton and KO teamed up. I was kind of like saddened a little bit. I thought we were going to get something, out of the box, but then I was like, oh, Randy's back. That's what we did. Shout out to the guy, the independent wrestler who they had come out at first. Definitely got a lot of promotion. I know he just got stunned by Owens and then walked to the back. Yeah. But Ricky was getting a lot of love. Funny choice of name too. Just saying. But Pro Wrestler Shoot interviewed that. One of his first interviews was that independent wrestler. So if you guys want to know about him, he's in the Pacific Northwest. So check it out. But yeah, good for him. Eddie, do you want to say anything else about this? Is it time to turn these two or one of the two? Of course,
man. And look, and the person I think that should turn, everybody's gonna think I'm crazy. Oh, Sean, you're just hating. Sean, what are you talking about? Sean, we love Cody. Sean, Cody's the greatest wrestler of all time. Sean, Cody has amazing hair. Oh, we love Cody. Look how he kisses all the babies and hugs all the women. He's best. Oh, he has a beautiful daughter. He has a beautiful wife. All of that means nothing. Cody should get that sounds like a good idea. You know what that means. Cody should be mad that Roman Reigns is getting all the cheers. Cody should get mad because people want to see Roman Reigns as champion again. And Cody Rhodes should pick up a steel chair and crack Roman Reigns' head open. That would be good television. Tell me I'm wrong.
Not in the head.
Okay, touche. Tell me I'm wrong.
That would be different though. We could be going for that. I think that they might wrestle each other at the Rumble. That's just me talking though. I gotta see how the bad blood stuff goes, but we're gonna get to that in a second.
Because Roman turning on Cody is too predictable. Like, what are we really? I mean, that's just recycling the same storyline.
Right, and I feel like Cody doesn't want to turn heel because can we talk business here for a second?
Yeah, because he's making money hand over fist on merchandise, yes.
Right. I was going to say, let me not be Conrad the fan here for a second. But Cody, who said he wanted nothing to do with Roman, then put his hand out for the contract. I mean, that creates jealousy, I think, for Orton.
What a clown. What a clown. And you know what? And I want to go on record as saying something, Conrad, I don't think I've ever said. Cody looking like a punk right now is not Cody's fault. You know whose fault it is?
Bookie.
It's whoever's writing the storylines. In this case, I guess it would be Triple H or Bruce Pritchard. Why would Cody and Roman get on the same page? Cody should not want to be anywhere aligned with Roman Reigns. Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. And now Cody, and because honestly, the way the story played out, Cody was the one who tucked his tail between his legs and went back to Roman. Roman didn't ask Cody for help.
Listen, man.
Was it just me? Was it just me, or was Roman? By the way, great job, Conrad, on the specs. Are you telling me? Was it just me, or was Cody Rhodes jumping in at the end? Roman Reigns was perfectly fine signing the contract all by himself.
Yeah, I think they were teasing for that big moment. I'm more interested in what you said with them turning, but maybe that's the slower part of the burn. Like I said, I'm getting used to what he's done. It's gonna be, let's drag it out a little bit more. Let's get some more mileage out of this, and we can have them move forward in the future to doing something with this.
Can I be Cody Rhodes the way I want him to be and talk to the fans right quick?
Go ahead.
All right, count it down. 3, 2, 1. Give it to me.
3, 2, 1.
After all I've done for you people, after the bloodline have continued to wreak havoc on this industry, on this company, on this business, and you have the audacity to cheer for Roman Reigns over me, I'm the WWE champion. I'm the man. And you have the audacity to cheer for him, you people make me sick. I don't care about you stupid kids. I'm ODing now. But Cody should be
Here
mad.
comes Bruce.
Yeah, I know it. Cody should be mad, right? Storyline-wise, Cody should be mad. Roman Reigns is getting more cheers than him. Roman Reigns is getting more love than him. Roman Reigns is getting more credit than him. He should be mad. Use it as a storyline. Flip the script. Have Cody be pissed off that Roman's getting all the love. Why is this? This is not brain surgery, Conrad. This is not rocket science.
I'm going to assume there's something at play. This is top tier.
Conrad, I'm not letting you off the hook. I need you to definitively give me an answer. Does what I said make sense?
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
But they're not going to do this. They're trying to satisfy both of these guys. For merch sales, listen, you're not going to cost me money. That's what this comes down to. But it's just, yeah, you know what I mean? Hold on. I wanted to go into this. We got a question from someone. McKinney. Sorry, here it is. I have a question. I'll pose it to you guys. If you could go back in time knowing everything about Hogan, would you tell little you not to be a Hulkamaniac? We were all there at one point.
Yes.
It wouldn't take much convincing for me because I was more of a Savage Warrior fan. So
it would be a harder thing for me because I loved Hogan as a stupid child. But the answer would be yes. I would tell my little me to not be a Hulkamaniac.
And I'll cheer for Sid again when he dumps him over the top rope in the Royal Rumble.
Absolutely.
Do it again.
I would have difficulty, God rest his soul. I would have difficulty jumping on the Warrior bandwagon, but I would definitely be a number one Macho Man guy.
Now, McKinney, I might have to call front on this. He said, if you look at the Cody t-shirt, everything is in parameters with the contract, the American Nightmare band. I don't know if you trolling, but not what I saw. Spot on, Hubs. McKinney said, I like that too, though. I saw a lot of people bringing it up. We mentioned Malik before, Narcolepsy Boy 94. Don't ever say I don't promote you, Malik. He was saying the same thing, similar to you, though. Like, it would make more sense if they went a different route with this. And I get people say, listen, if somebody told me Cody Rhodes' thing to them has been underwhelming, I'm not going to argue with them. I'm really not. Like, if you told me, I won't say it's boring. Some people are like, it's boring. Yeah, we can get into that about the thing as a whole, like the whole show. But I'll say it's been underwhelming compared to where it was previously. I've heard several people say that this week that I listened to. That I was just like, oh, interesting. But your thing sparks more interest to me. If that happened, I'd be like, ooh, that's different. But we're in this midst of this build, I guess, for the Survivor Series in Vancouver. So I don't know what they're gonna do here. I put a question to the chat. I'm going to ask you, Sean. Do you view the bloodline as a threat as a whole? Do you think the Bloodline's a threat?
A threat to what?
That's what I'm asking.
To the championship?
On SmackDown, even. Are they even viewed as a threat? I don't feel that way about that. There's only one person who is, and I love you, Solo. That's it. That's the only person I want to see.
The Bloodline is currently constituted is kind of like Bloodline B team.
Right, and you know who you want to see rise from the ashes out of it, but how long are we going to wait till we get there?
I mean, well, that now this is going to sound really crazy coming from me, considering how I normally think. I do think that Jacob should be a slow burn.
Absolutely, but
that's not usually my way.
Here's the thing, though. Solo feels so weak. Like, you haven't given Solo anything. He needs some wins.
Because Solo's not him either, bro. Solo's not him. Let me tell you something, Conrad. I'm going to let you finish your point. Solo's not him, and Cody's not him. That's why the matches haven't been that good. Why is nobody picking up on this? Oh, my God, I wonder why Solo versus Cody's not hitting. Oh, I wonder why people seem so underwhelmed with Cody versus Solo. Because they both are not him. They're both not him. That's the problem. And that's been the problem since day one. Solo's not him. He's Tribal Chief 2.0. Cody Rhodes is not him. He's WWE Champion 2.0.
Well, we know this company only puts one person in that role, though, as well.
Well, touche, but I'm just making a point here. I'm walking.
Well, but what was I about to say to you now? Oh, for Solo. Classic line in the world of pro wrestling. I won't mention who has said it, but even Godzilla got a couple villagers. Like, you got to feed him someone. He hasn't beaten it. Can you think of the last time you remember seeing Solo win?
Touche. The problem is this. You have to, not even problem, I take that back. The dilemma is this. What's better? You have to answer that question for yourself. What's better, being a main event loser? And I don't mean the loser part to be funny. I mean genuinely the guy who loses in the main event, or being a guy that wins mid-card matches.
Like I said, he's got to beat Kevin Owens. He's got to beat Randy Orton before he can get to
But they won the 6-man tag at Money in the Bank.
That was how long ago, though?
Yeah, I feel you. Okay.
It's been some time. How are we not tired of Roman? Honestly, he hasn't even been there.
Oh, how are we not tired of Roman? Let me tell you something, bro. You're talking to somebody. Shout out to Jesse from Pro Wrestling Shoot. You're talking to somebody that hated the big dog Roman Reigns. Hated him. Couldn't stand him. Tribal Chief Roman Reigns is a different person, bro. He's Tribal Chief Roman Reigns is a BAMF. I mean, he's him. He's him.
Right. Tokyo the Don says last time Solo won was John Cena. No, I think he's won since then. But maybe you're talking about just singles. I don't know. You might be right. He said years upon years, bro. Cena 2.0.
Oh,
Nah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Listen, y'all don't want me to get to the why I don't like John Cena and what they did to him, which he let people harm his character. We'll save that for when he's on his farewell tour. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't think Roman. I've never got as tired of Roman. I get that people were frustrated with him at some points, but. I mean, what did he do that was so bad?
Big Dog Roman Reigns was just a cornball. Big Dog Roman Reigns is like, to me, Big Dog Roman Reigns is like Cody Rhodes 2024.
The 2014 Royal Rumble, the 2015 Royal Rumble, I don't know what happened, but they just turned on him. Once you became the guy under Gomez, they turned on you. That was it.
I think you're overthinking it, brother. I think it was a simple.
Tell me the last guy he picked that they liked.
I'm
you know who it was? You smell it?
Fair enough. I'm simply saying this. My logic is very simplistic, very elementary. Roman Reigns got cheered because they did not want Batista to win in 2014, and Roman Reigns got booed because they wanted Daniel Bryan to win in 2015. That's all it was.
I can agree with that. I can sign off on that.
Yep.
Speaking of things to sign off on, they signed off on a new contract. NXT is coming to the CW very soon. They are going to be in Chicago. CM Punk is announced for next week's NXT. Looking forward to that one. He's got an idea about the NXT Women's Championship, but Randy Orton show they have happened to move it But WWE is being praised for that. So more on that momentarily when we get to the AEW portion of this. What are you thinking here, though, for NXT's move to the CW? Lots happening here. Rumors of people possibly showing up there. Motor City.
Downgrade.
What do you think? Should NXT be on the road? Do you add Motor City Machine Guns to the roster? Quick thoughts on this stuff.
Quick thoughts. NXT is going to get better. I like the new TV deal. I like the fact that the Motor City Machine Guns are going to join. But I like it for NXT. I don't like it for the Motor City Machine Guns. The Motor City Machine Guns are one of the highest, most decorated tag teams in the history of pro wrestling. And they're being relegated to WWE's developmental brand. It's disrespectful. I don't like it. I never will like it.
Do you like it if they're going on the road more? Like
no.
They're starting in Chicago?
Until NXT, which it was for a brief moment a few years back, until NXT is legitimately considered the third brand of World Wrestling Entertainment, I will never, ever respect them bringing in established superstars and putting them in their developmental. The Motor City Machine Guns are a Hall of Fame caliber tag team, and you're telling me they're going to be relegated to the NXT brand? If NXT was on the same level as SmackDown or Raw, that would be a different story. It's not. Oh, and let me clarify. Shout out to McKinney. NXT is better than developmental, but it's being listed as developmental. And if you're going to list it as developmental, the Motor City Machine Gun should not be there.
Let me see here. I'm jumping around. CM Punk's ideas for Roxanne versus Cora Jade. He hasn't announced that yet.
I mean, how dare you, bro? I'm sorry, but something just came over me. How dare you relegate the Motor City Machine Guns to your developmental brand? And why would Motor City Machine Guns even go for it? I mean, it must be a lot of money.
They've never gotten the big break, I feel. I mean, unless you count TNA, but even in TNA, they kind of poo-pooed on them. You know what I mean? You gave me the title because you needed somebody who's been around. Tokyo the Don says NXT is going to take AEW out of business. E says Motor City on NXT, they need reps or they want a lighter schedule. I don't know. Did Regal or Mark Henry do anything but scout talent for WWE? I think that's what JBL was doing. We talked about that earlier, too.
100%.
Motor City Machine Gun should be main roster, end of story. No, the only person that's a threat in the bloodline to me is Jacob. Okay. CW is less seen worldwide than it once was USA. It's going to do worse, but they don't care. They are making money. That's all that matters.
And over fist.
That's what they're thinking about. I would like to see Motor City Machine Guns on the main roster. I mean, are you going to put Lucha Bros down there too? Like, I don't know. This will be pending, even though the rumors are that Lucha Bros are going main roster right away. But
the WWE in this case, and this is going to sound butt backwards coming from me, the WWE is not the problem in this case. My frustration is with the talent. WWE is obviously part of the problem. Let me rephrase. But if Conrad Cushman is the best in the world at what he does, and you're telling me that Conrad Cushman's going to be the B announcer, that's a problem. That should be a problem for Conrad Cushman. That's what I'm trying to say. Why are the Motor City Machine Guns and the Lucha Bros and whoever else not having a problem with this? Why is Shinsuke Nakamura, I'm going way back here, guys, don't judge me. Why is Shinsuke Nakamura, one of the most decorated Japanese superstars in the history of the sport, being relegated to New Japan? Being relegated to NXT. Why is the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Bobby Roode agreeing to be a developmental superstar?
I think back then they could be protected there, if that makes any sense. I think Triple H was trying to hide people away before. Let me get my hands on them and then ruin them. That's my pick for why they stayed down there. But I don't know if they can call those shots like that. Like I feel like the Lucha Bros are. From what I'm reading, it sounds like they're like, no, we're going to the main roster. We want the money now. I just don't want anything to happen. I think of people like Kenta, aka Hideo Itami, for WWE fans, getting injured in NXT. It was like that wasn't his fault. Like he lost an opportunity to be the NXT champion because of a fraudulent hip toss. Like Absolutely. That's crazy to think about. He shouldn't have been there. It's kind of like, in my mind, that's what I always thought. Like, you shouldn't have been there. Why? E says, fix that main roster tag division. We can say that for a lot of places right now. I'm not going to lie. I might even pass that to AEW. You got to slow down and recalibrate this thing. Going into this, McKinney says, bringing in Motor City Machine Guns to NXT helps them becoming that third brand. But in actuality, I do believe Motor City Machine Guns want to go to NXT. It's their kind of vibe, but trust and believe the main roster needs them now. Interesting. I'm jumping to, let's make this the Jey Uso segment here for you, Sean. Jey Uso last week. Yo, if you could close your eyes and just listen to the audio version of the podcast for the last weeks of this Intercontinental Champion, I think they called it a tournament, even though it's not. Sean painted this the night they announced who was in the tournament. Sean's like, Jey Uso wins. He goes into the next round. He wins again. He does a splash off the top rope. And he told me this. It was so funny watching. I was like, man, Sean's going to be so mad. And now me and Sean know what part we're at, though. We know what
I love Jey Uso. Look at the shirt. I love Jey Uso. But Jey Uso will not be the next Intercontinental Champion. Well, let me take that back. Jey Uso may be the next Intercontinental Champion 6 months from now. But he's not going to be the next Intercontinental Champion within the next month. It's not going to happen. 9 times out of 10, the match is not even going to happen on Bad Blood. It's probably going to be on Raw. Jey Uso will put on a tremendous performance, and then he'll be spared. And Jey Uso will go to 0-9 in singles championship matches.
And then he'll be joined and comforted by his friend Sammy as they proceed to get beat down. And so it begins. And we're off to Survivor Series.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. And I've said it so many times that there's no way, and I'm promising you, Conrad and chat, that there's no way I'm going to go on a tirade. Jey Uso has been a top 5 popular guy, and that's probably putting it lightly, in the company for a year. He sold merch after merch after merch. They're making a new pink version of his merch for the ladies or whatever, the kids, whatever. He's selling shirts hand over fist. He's charismatic. He's believable as a pro wrestler. His moveset is not that great. Don't talk to me about that crap about movesets. I'm sick and tired of it. It's a bunch of hypocrisy when people talk about his moveset when there's so many people who haven't been able to put on a wrist lock and have been world champion, okay? So cut the crap. Triple H doesn't care about Jey Uso other than him being in the bloodline. And Triple H is not going to deviate as it relates to the popularity of Jey Uso. I've come to that realization. I've come to the realization that my favorite wrestler in World Wrestling Entertainment will never be a singles champion. Is it fair? Is it just? No. But is Triple H fair? Is Triple H just? No. Triple H likes who he likes. Triple H pushes who he pushes. And it's hard to change his mind. The only reason they changed their mind with Cody, I'll never know. Maybe Rock was cool with it. Maybe Rock was the influence behind it. Maybe TKO was the influence behind it. Jey Uso is not The Rock. Jey Uso cannot walk into a boardroom and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. Jey Uso is a talented professional wrestler who deserves to be a champion. And I've come to the conclusion, chat, BJ, M. Leezy Fashizi, Guy Will Gamble, Quilly, Deanna, Mike Feezy, Ray, whoever, everybody. Eazy-E, everybody. Triple H will never allow Jey Uso to have his moment in the sun. Jey Uso will undoubtedly, and it breaks my heart to say this, and I really mean this. It breaks my heart, and y'all should know by now I'm being super genuine. Jey Uso will never be a world champion, and Jey Uso will probably, more than likely, never be a significant singles champion either. It's a crime, but there's nothing we can do about it.
I'm going in.
Like to add, bro?
No, I've said this for a long time, and I've actually been defending you more and more for like the last year and a half. I feel about this. Sean's not wrong in saying top 5. His name's on the merch seller list. His name's everywhere. But here's the thing that I've noticed, and I think Sean knows that I have that. What's the best word? That intuition, I guess, about Jey Uso, where I've always said, Sean, they're not going to do it. They're not. I've never believed at any point in time that they're going to actually give him something. They'll tease you, but they're not going to give him anything. Why? Because Braun Breaker is their little ace in the hole. Unless Braun Breaker magically gets suspended and does something crazy.
Right.
In the next,
it would have to be wild. Yeah.
Wild. They're not going to do that. Braun Breaker, and Sami Zayn said it best, Sean. I know that at one point I'm like, man, Sean doesn't like Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn said it about his booking. He was like, Triple H is like this. He's got the blinders on. He's his path. He already knows what he wants to do. It doesn't matter if you get over. It doesn't matter if the people are getting behind you.
And that's why, and I don't know if I've ever gone this far before, Conrad, but I mean, obviously I've hinted at it. I'm not going where you think I'm going because I'm not going to get us kicked off the air. But
thank you.
I will say this: Triple H is a hypocrite. Triple H is a hypocrite because Triple H went through this when he was a young wrestler. Triple H went through this for whatever reason. Call it the curtain call, Madison Square Garden, whatever you want to call it, whatever reason it may have been. It doesn't matter what the reason was.
And he's benefited more than most, too. Most people get in trouble, and they could never get out of trouble.
Exactly.
This guy got to apologize, and then they formed DX, and it was good in 2 months. Like
exactly.
Okay.
So, but Triple H, I mean, even as world champion, Stone Cold allegedly didn't want to drop the title to him at SummerSlam. Okay, well, he won it the next night on Raw. At the end of the day, Triple H always got his just due. You guys want to say that I'm unfair towards Triple H? Say that if I ever were to say Triple H is not a Hall of Fame in-ring talent. You know why you would say that if I said that about him, about being in-ring? Because that would make me a liar. If I said Triple H is not a Hall of Fame in-ring talent, that would mean that I'm a liar. Do I think that Triple H is a tremendous booker and storyline writer? I don't. He walked into the Bloodline. The Bloodline was ready-made for him. He had an all-star cast in place for WrestleMania. A WrestleMania that any of us, me, Conrad, or anybody in this chat could have wrote a successful WrestleMania with the people that he had on deck. There's a reason why Bret Hart doesn't like him. There's a reason why many people don't like him. Triple H is unfair. Triple H is unfair. And it's time that we wake up, recognize that. I'm not saying Triple H is a horrible human being. I don't know Triple H. I don't know Paul Levesque. But I know this. There are prerequisites that make you somebody to be pushed into a main event situation. And Jey Uso checks about 4 out of those 5 boxes.
Hubs, we got a question from T Ferg asking about where is Nakamura, AJ Styles. Thank you, E, for bringing this up. According to Fightful Select, AJ is healthy, but just isn't being used by WWE on programming. Right. I think Nakamura is in the same boat. I'm jumping here. I want to have faith in Jay. I hear you, Matt. Deanna says, why let him be a contender to lose? It hurts. He deserves better.
Let me jump in right quick, Conrad, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
That's another thing, and we've talked about this off the air, Conrad. Not only, thank you, Deanna, for this comment, this commentary. Not only are they having, this is what makes it get ugly for me, Conrad. I don't think I've ever broken it down to you quite so finely before. This is what makes it uglier. If you don't think Jey Uso should be a champion, that's one thing. It's bullcrap, but that's one thing. Why are you continually giving him title shots for him to lose? The narrative, Conrad, the narrative, chat, is that Jey Uso's 0-8, 0-9 in world title in singles championship matches. That information is out there. Right? It's not a hidden thing. It's not like Undertaker winning his first 4 matches at WrestleMania and us not picking up on the fact that he's undefeated. This is like WrestleMania 25. The Undertaker's 115-0, and we know it. You know what I mean? Jey Uso being winless in title matches is out there. So why are you continuing to put him in title matches to lose? That's what makes it ugly.
McKinney said, here's what you'll know when they put a single side of Jey Uso. He'll suggest to his brother once they reunite that they go after the tag belts, and Jimmy is going to say, no, go for the IC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to team back up.
Right.
I don't think
Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor, Conrad? Can you please comment, give some dialogue on that point I just made? Because I would love to hear how you feel about it. Doesn't the fact that they continue to put him, or Triple H or whoever puts him in position to lose, doesn't that make it worse?
Yes, I think so. Here's what I think. I think that Triple H feels that he doesn't feel what he's doing is a booking snafu. He feels that I am putting you in prime real estate position. You're going to feud with the Bloodline, the most important thing in the company. With Cody, you're involved in all of this. You are a player in it. Now, is that good for him? Sure, that's fine. But my thing is, what happens when this is all said and done? Where does he go next? The only logical thing is Jay and Jimmy need to reunite. McKinney's point that he brought up was Jimmy tells him no, go for the IC. What's Jimmy going to be doing?
But let me answer that question with a question. Couldn't they still get to the Bloodline thing without this? This should show you, Conrad, my brother from another mother. This should show you, chat, that I am trying to be fair. I'm trying. It's very difficult, but I'm trying. If Triple H doesn't believe that Jey Uso should be a champion, why book him to lose title matches every month? And when I say that in the context of what you brought up. Get to the Bloodline. If that's the goal, get to the Bloodline. Why does he have to lose another IC match to Braun Breaker on the way? That's the question.
Because you got to feed Braun. That's the. I know you don't like that answer, but they got to give him someone. And listen, in Triple H's mind, this dude is the next dude. That's what he views. It doesn't matter what we think at this point, Sean. This is like one of those. He has been chosen. He makes no mistakes. He is the boss man. So okay, this is the guy that you're choosing. He can't lose to anybody unless it's for credible reasons to make someone else. And then after this, I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the world title mix. At least getting the shots. He may not win it right away, but he'll be getting shots. He'll be in Money in the Bank. Braun Breaker is in the mix. Is the best way I could put it. And I feel you, Mike. Mike said that he's mad about Nakamura never getting his stuff. E said everything Brett said about the game is true.
It's true, E. Brett cannot stand that guy. You understand me? Brett cannot stand. It's like Goldberg, Triple H. Goldberg, Triple H.
Yeah. It's bad. Well, they looked a little friendlier. I think Goldberg might be in the worst, but
maybe so. Right.
he didn't look like. He looked like as soon as we get out of here, if someone asks me a question about you, I'm going to say the same thing I've always said.
I will say this though. I will say this, even though I shouldn't, because we all know Booker T 2003, right? It's not like you're going to get insulted and win the match on the back end, right? No guarantees. But I'll have. Can I get my fingers any? I'll have that much hope that Jay's going to win if Braun brings up the narrative that he's never won a title match. If that gets brought up, I'll start saying, okay, maybe there's a
smidge, a speck,
but he'll still probably lose.
Now, I'm going to McKinney real quick. We're going to have to lightning round through some of this after this because we still got a few different things to talk about according to WWE. At this time, Sammy is right back in the world title picture, so you got to sit back and ride until you get called to step up. I understand impromptu booking when it's warranted, but we haven't seen any impromptu booking. Sami Zayn got over one-time major. So now you're putting him back in this Gunther situation, but Sammy's not going to win. We know this. I'm telling you this. Sammy and Jay aren't going to win. They're going to be reunited by this situation they're in. I wouldn't be surprised if they're the ones to beat the Judgment Day. And that's why they're doing the whole Rhea, Jay, to keep reminding you that Jay could go back and feud with the Judgment Day. Oh, you shouldn't have been doing that. You were meddling in our business. Why were you doing that, Jay?
Right.
I'm just letting you know that's what it's going to be. What's going on, man? Appreciate everybody that's in here. Yeah, I can't say that, Matt, about Goldberg. Sammy is here for this one match. Absolutely. I feel like Jay is like building Legos. He's always in the title mix, so it makes him strong when he finally wins. All the losses will make it sweeter. I'm gonna disagree with that, but there comes a point to where I don't care anymore too.
Are you at that point?
Almost. To where I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I'm gonna say it in a different way, so it can feel different, and then you can answer again. You no longer care about Jey Uso.
No, I still have care. Like I hope he gets something out of
it. Because off the strength of me, at least, I know you want to see him win.
To avoid this talking point for a little, maybe.
Oh, wow. Listen to you. Okay.
No. I think that Jay could be in the mix for something. I haven't lost all hope yet, but after, like I said, War Games will determine how I feel, I think, afterwards, depending on where they go. I'll know by Mania Rumble time where I think he's going to be. Would it surprise me if they win or lose and then they get jumped by the Lucha Bros? No.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, would that surprise? Oh, what are these guys doing here? Oh, we wanted the big match when we came here. Like, you could do something like that. We'll see what happens with Jay on the upcoming weeks of Raw. The title shot is not this week, though, for sure. Let's get to COO of TKO, Mark Shapiro, yesterday. He talked about WWE cutting back on house shows and encouraging their live events team to raise ticket prices when demand is high. They're pricing too low, he said, and this is a quote. They're pricing too low if you're selling out that fast. He says they have a team dedicated to site fees from the Goldman Sachs conference. There was audio here too. Thank you, Brandon Thurston, fellow Buffalonian. Throw the fist up for you. WWE, are you out of your mind? Are you out of... Have you... Yo. SmackDown, November 8th, Buffalo, New York. I looked at the same spot where I got row 119, row 1. Ticket price, AEW, $60 and some change. Price for WWE, $320 plus. It might be like 328, 326. Sean, who is going to these shows? Who's doing this? And they're saying, let's charge more. You are bugging, sir. This thing is not going to stay like this. We've watched wrestling long enough to know. The hype goes down eventually.
Sure does. Sure does.
I don't know.
The statement is like ridiculous. I mean, it's a slap in the face to a 9-to-5 Charlie that's trying to make some money to get to a WWE event. It's really a shame.
Right?
Because a 9-to-5 Charlie can't afford $350 for a ticket.
You're pricing out families, man. I just don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me, but if people are buying them, I mean, I guess.
And by the way, I'm glad you corrected me on that because I said a ticket, but if it's me and my son or me and my son and my fiance or me and my parents or me and my family, that's $1,000 I'm spending.
For SmackDown.
Right, exactly.
Not based on the past few weeks. I'm not buying that ticket. I don't care what anyone says. Me and Jesse have talked about it. I told Jesse, I don't know if I'm going to another WWE show again. Like, I just can't see it right now.
It's a lot of money, bro. It's a lot of money. It's a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, we're talking about practice. We're talking about practice, not a game. Not a game, practice. We're talking about SmackDown, not a pay-per-view, SmackDown.
Right? He said that's business. Put them prices up. 2 VIP tickets for the wife and I for GCW on Halloween is $154. That's a lot for an indie show.
Wow. But VIP probably means like ticket. I mean,
meet and greets,
autograph, yeah, all that.
Got to be. People that can talk business going to a WWE show use it as a tax write-off. Hey.
I'll take it a step further. People talking business about a WWE show. What does that say about what you're like? It's like not about going to the show. It's about let me balance my books before I buy this ticket.
Facts. Moving on. let's get to this report from Cultaholic, who's sourcing PW Nexus. Not sure of the reliability on that. WWE is reportedly scrapping Def Rebel as their music partner, as they will not be renewing their contract once they expire. You didn't want to... I'm not going to lie. I do not advocate for people to lose their jobs too often unless the reason calls for it. Def Rebel is awful. This music has been awful.
Terrible.
Awful. I don't want to hear them make another theme. And it says that it is expected WWE will use mainstream artists going forward. Interesting.
Doesn't Triple H look like a complete goofball? What a loser that guy looks like. Like, he looks like a complete jerk.
He seems like a well-dressed young man here, just trying to educate people on the product that he's selling, Sean.
He's a corporate sellout.
Mainstream artists finally being used in WWE. What do you think? Good thing? Yay, nay?
I mean, music sucks, so I guess it's all right.
I'll watch SmackDown at home for free $99. Thank you. Yeah, Raw will be here in my city in November, and the prices are more than when I went last year for sure. Don't realize these people will say are broke. Def Rebel sucks. Def Rebel is trash. Dookie, bring back CFOs. Motor City Machine Guns has a new Def Rebel theme coming. Oh, I did hear that Motor City Machine Guns are not keeping their TNA music. I thought they were partners, though. I thought they didn't.
I thought so, too.
Mind. But they're letting them keep the name, so Def Rebel, trash Dookie. Man, lots of doo-doo in the chat.
Tiffany Stratton.
Hey. Let's move into the final thing here. Before we transition into AEW, I do want to acknowledge some Ring of Honor real quick. Athena, 646 days as the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. First person to main event with the Women's Championship on a Ring of Honor pay-per-view. I know a lot of people remember her going into this. She had a dark match where everyone said, oh, she was hitting someone a little too hard. Look at how stiff she was in that match. And this is what it's led to. She just broke Samoa Joe's record, Sean. I'd like to take time to celebrate Black excellence, so good for Athena here.
Yeah, in that regard, and I'm going to leave it just at that. In that regard, and the way you just worded it, I would agree 100%.
She's also the main draw for Ring of Honor. I don't know if people have noticed that. That's how she's positioned. Briscoe goes back and forth. Athena stays there. They don't have Athena on TV. They're trying to keep her special for when they do finally pull her up. But she's in the midst of working on her storyline with her group. So things to watch out for. I won't ruin anything for you guys who watch it.
In the regard of what you just said, I agree.
Copy. Copy. I don't want to put up pictures of the arenas in AEW, Sean, but you wanted to take some time here to talk about it, and I thought that we'll put up a picture of Tony Khan. That seems more appropriate. Because I hate when people take these pictures. I'm like, bro, don't y'all get tired of taking these pictures every week? Why do you do this? Why do you do this? Empty arena, Sean. What do you want to say about him?
It's a shame. The fans need to support more as it relates to the weekly shows, but now we've gotten to a point.
I like spending $200 more.
Exactly. But we've gotten to a point now where where Tony Khan has to take some accountability. What am I talking about? Not talking about the product. I still say that AEW is the best brand of professional wrestling bell to bell in the world. But you have to downscale your weekly arenas. You sell out pay-per-views, no problem in the major arenas. You need to approach Disney. You need to approach Mohegan Sun. You need to approach smaller venues for your weekly episodic television shows. It's better for business. It'll save you some money, and it'll save you these ridiculous losers that are taking pictures of your empty arenas. You have to adjust. That's my point. That's my stance. I'm mad at the fans for not going to the events. But if you're the owner of AEW and you're the decision maker in AEW, you have to make a decision that makes sense for the company to not continue to look bad. Because even as big of an AEW supporter as I am, those pictures of those empty arenas look bad. So you have to make adjustments.
BJ brought up Conan earlier, and I want to just talk about, I'm going to transition off of that a little, Sean. Why do we have this PR hype machine that is meant to make people and things in AEW look bad? Conan just came out and he hated basically on Swerve getting the bag. I don't want to get into too many details of it. You guys can go look it up. I think Wrestling News Co. on Twitter had it up, and I think they have an article on their site. Why is Conan out here talking about how much money Swerve makes? And then, WWE is really smart to not pay people more money. Conan, you were a wrestler, bro. And we didn't even get into Kevin Nash and Logan Paul and that whole thing. You are a wrestler, Conan. Why would you be mad at someone getting money? I don't care if it's Mercedes, Swerve, even though it's funny when that's the problem. Why are we hating on someone getting the bag? I don't get it, Sean. Sean, why are articles coming out as soon as rumor AEW Shockwave may go to a Fox Network distribution partner? I heard that so-and-so owns it. You've never written an AEW article ever. How do you know this? You look at who he's friends with. TKO, UFC folks, WWE folks. That's where these people are getting the information. Please do not trust these folks. Do not. They are starting stuff up with each other even. Even the little like Twitter algorithm people are just going back and forth. The misinformation is crazy out here, Sean. And you could easily be fooled if you don't know what you're talking about or what you're doing. I hope you listen to me and think, man, Conrad's probably right. When Jordan Grace goes to WWE, I want you just to come back and be like, yo, Conrad, fist bump, bro. That's it. Yo, Sean, fist bump, bro. We tell you guys every week, be smart about this. They are playing them. They are playing TNA. This has happened multiple times. We have told you about Jim Crockett and what they've done. This stuff happens.
I think you said it best. There's really not much needs to be add to that. It's clear what's going on, and it's clear that it needs to change. Like the writing's just on the wall.
How do you fight a PR team? How do you fight campaigns against you?
It's just like it's this this narrative that continues to be, and Conan adding to this is criminal to me. Go ahead.
I want to show you something. This was not a mistake.
No, it wasn't.
I want you to see this shot. Take pictures of AEW's empty arenas. Raj Giri and them will say, if anyone has photos from the arena tonight, take them. They know that they're going to get retweeted if they put that out there. Absolutely. Just think, people. It's the narrative. When Raj Giri was wrong the other week about something where, Swerve wasn't going to WWE, I don't believe that for a second. You want to see the text? Then he shut up and deleted the tweet. Not saying don't like Raj. I'm just saying when you're listening to someone, know they're biased. And there are biased AEW accounts as well. There are people who just slander CM Punk's name as well. There are people who slander the Young Bucks name. I might be part of it. Don't listen to me when it comes to the Young Bucks then. But there is stuff there that I want you to see the bias, see the slant where they're going towards. And everyone has biases. I know that. I get it. And wrestling media, journalism, whatever you want to call it, is ran by fans. It's a unique type of thing.
That's a fact.
But I just want people to see it. I'm going back into the comment section.
I want to say that Conan with that commentary is real quick. Conan with that commentary is ridiculous.
Here, you know what? I want to make sure that I'm not saying anything too crazy here. Hold on. I said this to you before. I want to just see if I can read it. Conan said Tony Khan literally gets mad when certain wrestlers leave, so what they're doing now is making him overpay for all these wrestlers so he could keep them. What do you care?
Exactly.
What do you care? And I told you, if I'm Tony Khan, if I wanted to be petty, I'm taking Vikingo from you. I'm gonna just take him. That period. Like, that's what it's just gonna be. Like, I got something for you. Conan is a chump talking about pay and talking about people's personal lives. I did see a lot of the Adam Cole and like Rip. I don't want to get in there.
It got really like uncomfortable, creepy.
Yeah, some of the stuff I'm like, Conan's mad because some dude's getting paid. Rob said because they're not getting the bag in question. Jealousy is a hell of a thing.
When you've been mid your whole life, you're not going to be happy with people who do better than you.
Clown, I can't refer to that. Yeah, talking about that. Yeah, I don't even like bringing up people's relationships and things like that because that might be hard for both of them. So
all I'll say about it is that I wish them well, whether they're together or not.
I like AEW, but they need to book smaller arenas. Love TNA being booked in the Boeing Center for Victory Road.
See, to me, you know what it is, and this is strictly speculation. Tony Khan continuing to book them in big arenas is just pride. He needs to put his pride in the back pocket and start booking smaller shows.
It might be resources too, though.
Yeah, but I don't care.
But they help advertise for you. If Tony doesn't have that, now that's another cost you have to put on here.
Okay, but you're continuing to look bad every week, though. Because, I said, nobody's more of an AEW fan than me. But the optics are not good.
Yeah, I said, I think it's because I can see.
Or block out the seats then, for goodness sake.
That's tough to do when people are taking wide shots of the arena, though. You're not going to block that.
Bring down a curtain or something. Do something.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's tough. I feel like they're trying to push AEW to go to these TNA arenas, and then they're going to help TNA even more. That's just speculation on my part. Conan out here trying to get a partnership. I've been saying it for a long time. You see WWE pivot to that smaller arena in St. Louis, so why can't AEW? Thank you for bringing that up, McKinney, because that's funny too. When WWE doesn't sell tickets, they're geniuses for going to the smaller arena. When AEW can't do it, you stupid idiots. That's why I'm like, what does it matter what the size of the arena is then? What does it matter if you're going to sell the same tickets that Dynamite did? I don't get it.
Factuals.
I don't get it. That doesn't make it better in my opinion. Oh, no. Because guess what? If Tony gets hot again, he's going to have to go back to these arenas. How long is it going to take him to get back in there then? Now you're sitting here wasting time in the small arenas you've already booked? Like, that's tough, man. Yeah, I just don't know, man. Last pay-per-view I went to was in Buffalo, New York in 2000. That was fully loaded?
Fully loaded.
Triple H. JR had a great comment on there, but I can't say it on air because I'll get in trouble. TV deal, Sean. I wanted to get your thoughts on this. AEW, WBD. I've heard that this portion of it is done, according to Uncle Dave and several others. They said that this is kind of basically ready to be signed, or it's signed already, and they're waiting for part 2, which is AEW Shockwave. People believe it's going to go to a Fox property, maybe FS1, something of that nature.
That would be a huge power play.
Listen, wrestling wasn't bad for Fox. They wanted 3 to 4 million viewers from WWE is the difference, and they weren't getting that.
Right.
Pay a little less for AEW, and now you're happy.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I think that would be a tremendous coup for AEW, for All Elite Wrestling, and for Anthony Khan.
Yeah, I don't know about having 4 shows. Maybe you even do a recap show with this, like Metal, Jack, Velocity, one of those types of shows where you're
turn Collision into the ROH show.
You could. I think ROH is going to be incorporated in one of these shows. Like Rampage or something's getting cut, in my opinion. I
hope so, because there is a point where too much is too much.
Do you move the days around too? Like, do you got to get off Fridays and Saturdays? Like, do you beg, like, please let me get off Fridays and Saturdays? Because once again, not WWE's decision, not AEW's decision. That is up to TNT. Warner Brothers Discovery tells you. Tony wanted Tuesday originally. They were like, no, you're going to Wednesday. He was like, okay.
I would clamor for a Tuesday night. I think that would be an epic move and a tremendous time slot. A Tuesday night prime time, I think, would be perfect for AEW.
Now, Business 101, WWE may be playing the system so Khan can't book smaller places. That could be true as well. I've noticed some funny things, like I've said, when you bring signs into the AEW show. Mm-hmm. Oh, you got to have stuff off the back. If it's plain on the back, you can't bring the sign in. We were like, why? It's plain. You could write something on it. And then they were like, do you have a marker to cross it out? If I had a marker on me, wouldn't I cross this out right now? What why are you guys making this more of a hassle than it needed to be? But that could have just been arena politics. I don't know. Rob says he does need help in the PR department. Local radio never advertises their shows when they're in town. That's day one promoter-ish.
I like that. Nice play on words.
True, a.k.a. MSG. Yeah, no one could get MSG, sadly. Is that Rockabilly Kiss My Grits match fully loaded? Possibly. I actually wouldn't mind a Livewire-esque AEW recap show hosted by RJ City and Renee. I would like that as well.
I would too, because Livewire was lit.
Stone Cold calling in here. Quiet, Chin. Who you talking to, Slaughter? You're not going to talk to... I don't care about Gorilla Monsoon. I don't care what you said.
And we all know that Gorilla Monsoon is not really the president of WWF. We all know it's you, Vince McMahon, pulling the strings. So cut the crap.
That's the bottom line. Todd Pettengill and Stick Stickley sitting over here. We gotta let him go. Pull it out. Yeah. So I don't think you're wrong for saying the smaller arenas thing. I think there's a lot to it. I wish I knew the backstory of it. Like, what do you get? How much money? Is Kirby promoting more on the radio? Things like that. Rob, do people listen to the radio? That's another good question. How many people are you going to reach by doing it?
More.
So how do you promote more? They have the shows flashing at the bottom. It worked in 2019. Why doesn't it work now? That's the other question, right? So Tony's probably scratching his head like, what happened?
And Lizzie brought up Ahmed Johnson. Let me tell you something. Farouk, I'm from the streets just like you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So listen, what you did to me, man, we got to handle it.
First of all, I can understand everything you're saying. This is not a good Ahmed Johnson.
Okay, so let me. I'm sorry. That's a shame. I really should do it more like Ahmed Johnson did it. So I want to apologize to Conrad and everybody for doing a terrible Ahmed Johnson impression. Allow me to redeem myself. Farouk, I went to the Royal Rumble.
Warzone. McKinney says, here are my thoughts on the AEW WB talks. They gave AEW a nice increase, but they gave up exclusivity to only be on WB stations. That's why we'll get Dark back on YouTube and Flashback on Tubi. Shockwave Flashback. That's fine though. Like I said, Tubi. So what if Fox becomes happy and now they take everything over to Fox? Like WBD's gambling too a little bit here. Okay, well, obviously I can't trust you. So for the next 5 years, I'm going to be building relationships with anyone else in television that's not you. Oh, hey, how's it going, sir? You know?
And that's business. That's business.
Yeah. Better Ahmed impression, spot on. There's also the geo-fencing option. Rob, we'll have to talk. I like this. Let's run down Monday Night Raw real quick, Sean, and then I'll let you close it out. Monday Night Raw tonight, man. We've got Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman. Who's going to hit the ring post first? Who's going to go around that ring and squash the other guy? I've actually been digging Bronson Reed's push, so I'm not too mad about this.
I'm not mad at it at all. I just hope they don't ruin it. Like they should. This is a great thing for Bronson Reed. Just don't blow it.
Also up here, we do have the Raw tag team titles on the line. The New Day, they're back, and they've just been pivoted away from their creative into a tag title match here with the Judgment Day. This should be a fine matchup here. I would like to see New Day get the dub, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. But I would not cry.
You'd like to see the New Day get the dub? Have you ever watched World Wrestling Entertainment before?
No, listen, we know.
Oh, please. I love the New Day. They are breaking up. It's very clear. And they're going to face each other on a major match on Raw.
Right? And Matt has just let us know what's kicking off Raw. CM Punk. He must be getting ready to address Drew McIntyre because at Bad Blood, it's going to be hell in a cell. War Games! I can't wait for Regal to just make some weird appearance to yell that.
Just out of nowhere. Like, why is Regal? Oh, we're about 2 weeks from Survivor Series. That makes sense.
I was just on SmackDown season premiere. What do you mean? They had a little spot reserved for me, and I walked out and waved, and I went to the back. But we'll see what happens with Raw tonight. I'll give you guys some time to check it out. Sean, my brother, I thank you for another wonderful episode of this show.
I thank you for another episode of this show, man. I had a good time. I hope the chat had a good time, man. We're fired up about the world of professional wrestling, though I'm not extremely over the moon about WWE. I do think the product has gotten better, okay, but it still needs – I love the Terror Twins. Love them. So hopefully they can continue moving forward in a good direction. Shout out to Jay Uso. This shirt's dedicated to you. Get it on Threadless on HW Weekly. Make sure you go to Conrad's shop on TeePublic as well. Get some merchandise. Make sure you check out Conrad and Derek every Wednesday night, this coming Wednesday night especially, at 10:10 p.m. as they review AEW, the best AEW review in all the land. Remember the special coming up that Conrad and I are going to be a part of, Hubbanomics Live, a live edition of Hubbanomics. That's why I haven't brought out any new editions of Hubbanomics lately, because we're gearing up for the first ever live edition of Hubbanomics on the Thursday before Bad Blood. We got a lot of stuff cooking, man. So on behalf of my tag team partner, Conrad Cushman, my name is Sean Hubbard. We thank you for your support. We thank you for the love. God bless, be encouraged, and remember, evil never prevails. 6:05 next Monday. We'll see you. Peace. Oh, my God.